Today we're going to be installing the butterfly brace and frame rails from Flyin Miata. I've never done this before. I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like we're going to need it with the horsepower that we'll be pushing. So we're kind of going to show you how to do that, although unfortunately we can't show you exactly how to do it because all of my carpet and trim pieces are out. I know you have to take this trim piece off in order to like flip your carpet up, and your seat obviously. Same on the other side. So because you're going to be drilling holes through here and you don't really want to ruin your carpet. So we have both the rails that I bought brand new, and then I got the butterfly brace off a guy on Craigslist. It's still in good shape, it's just dirty. I picked that up for like super cheap. And we got all the hardware from Flyin Miata as well, so let's get to it. We're definitely gonna have to hammer this right here since it has a bulge out. I don't really know if you can see it. It's like bulged out. So we'll have to push that back in and do whatever we can so the new one can sit on there flush. Alright, so we got it what we think is on. I'm gonna go up to make sure Tyler isn't gonna hit anything on this top left one. Boop! There it is! Washer on both sides, I assume? Would only assume.
I would assume so.
We went ahead and snugged this one down. We didn't tighten it totally, but Tyler's gonna drill out the front other side, the inside, and both the nut and the bolts are 13 mil. Ah, my foot! So we got another bolt and washer. And we are gonna paint these holes, so don't worry. I have never gone this crazy on a car before, drilling so many holes into a stock car. It weirds me out, but I know that it'll be worth it. It's just kind of like new to me. The driver's side is in. Looks good. Looks good. Really wasn't that bad. Tyler just drilled everything out and then I popped the bolts in and tightened everything down real quick. We are gonna have to take it off again. I gotta spray paint the holes where he drilled so it doesn't rust, and also to put the butterfly brace on and everything. So we're gonna knock out the other one. Last night we ran into one issue. The middle butterfly brace that we bought actually only had 4 holes instead of 6. So what we ended up doing was mocking it up and then sharpening the holes that needed to be drilled into it. And Tyler went ahead and drilled the extra 4 holes that we needed. I don't know if Flyin Miata changed the brace and how many holes they actually use, which I assume that's what happened. Possibly, I don't really know. But we did get all of the holes drilled in here, and I put a little black spray paint on the bottom and metallic on top, just because I had metallic and it was like fast drying. So I don't know if you could tell where the holes are or not.
They're outlined in red.
But they're all there. And everything went pretty good. The only thing we had to do was make sure that the rails were symmetrical on each side, so the butterfly brace would be straight. And we just kind of measured it at a certain point of the back and lined it all up at the front as far forward as it could go. We took everything off so I could paint it and get everything ready and for Tyler to drill the holes in that. But yeah, so we'll put it back on later today probably, just letting the paint dry and everything. So I mean, actually this was really fairly easy. I actually thought it would be a little difficult. I don't know why. It took us probably 2 hours. You think 2 hours?
About hour and a half. The main majority of just setting up the one side and then making sure that we were parallel on the other was the hardest point.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else literally slid right into place. There was no problems.
Yeah, so we still have to bend these fuel rail holders whichever way, but we'll deal with that once we have everything on and we can mock those up. But we're on the right track. I went ahead and just cleaned this off some because it was a little dirty on the inside. Not that anybody will ever see it. I know that it was dirty and now it's clean. But yeah, other than that, it's very hot today. And I painted something else down there where we hammered in the rail, because I forgot last night, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to dry and then we'll put everything back together. But I went ahead and torqued the drive shaft bolts down. I think I did 20 foot-pounds, which is what I read. It was like 20 to 22. And we also...
Let me know when you're ready.
You can come back. You're good. We also went ahead and installed the resonated cat to get it ready for the exhaust shop. I do have this this pipe and the other pipe that goes up. It's actually the Flyin Miata turbo kit pipe. Down pipe. The turbo kit down pipe from Flyin Miata for a 1.8, which is actually the reason why I went with a 1.8 exhaust. And I originally thought maybe that it would fit, the other end would fit up. It doesn't, because the manifold comes out too far in order for the downpipe to go up. But I got it for a steal, and by a steal I mean free. So I figured if anything, that one could be cut up top and then I can pay less to have the exhaust done because I already have more material. So that was kind of my game plan. But what Tyler and I think we might do is do maybe another exhaust hanger or something similar. I don't really know, because it's kind of, I feel like it puts a lot of stress on the back of the turbo. But we'll talk to the exhaust guys and see what they say about it, if we should do that or not. We also cut the heat shield a little bit, if you can tell, just to make sure it cleared the drive shaft some. I don't want any rattles down here, so that's why we kind of did that, just to prevent possible, if it would hit possibly, because it was real tight. Since the AFR sensor, the AFR O2 sensor wire and everything is like 20,000 feet long, what we're ended up doing is running it through the shifter boot here, and I'm gonna run it down through the seat rail, through the wire catch, and run it back behind the ECU and up through with this wire here, so it'll plug into the back. It's gonna work out good. Tyler down there has it running down back behind the PPF, and he's tying it up, zip tying it where he can, and has it hooked in to this exhaust here.
Okay, so to run the O2 sensor, I screwed it down onto here. I ended up running it across and through the PPF, zip tying it through the back side, and then running right back up through the shifter hole. And that was going to be the easiest way to keep it away from the heat and everything like that, and also getting that massive plug out of the way.
We ran into a bit of an issue on the back side of the butterfly brace. The pipe after the cat, or the test pipe, whatever you have or whatever you want to call it, was hitting this right here. And so basically there's an option to drop the center down. So that's what we went ahead and did. We were going to drop the whole thing, but we could not budge this bolt, and it's kind of stripped out on that side. So we went ahead and kept this side up and put this side down. We're going to test it now and see if it fits any better. It drops it pretty significantly, probably close to an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say close to an inch, and I think we were about a ½ inch off. So we're gonna see if it works now. Doing just the front side, or back side didn't work. So we ended up, because this bolt is totally stripped out and whatever, so Tyler took the massive sledgehammer basically and hit it and knocked it down. And so we tightened this all back up, and we're gonna test fit it again, see if it works this time. Fingers crossed!
I will say this much. Hopefully by next year we have AC in here, because fuck, it's hot. Okay, so we are having a little bit of issues with the washers down there because of how tight it is. The frame sits right up against it of the butterfly blades. So all I did was just shave these down a little bit. That way it slid right into place, because there's just not enough room for it. And that'll fix that issue, and we'll be able to get these bolted up. Okay, and then the next thing that we have to do is, this is the fuel rail clamp that normally it sits on the car like this against the side or frame rail. So what you want to do is pull it off. It should just be a 10 mil. Pull out this little rubber grommet that holds everything, and then it'll give you this. The easiest way to flatten this thing out is if you have a clamp. Just to show you, all I did is I put one side in and then just pressed it forward. So you don't even really need to take that off. And that's it.
Keep coming.
Oh, keep going?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Okay. So we got... Freaking love bug just went in my face. So we got the butterfly brace and the rails all in. This is what it looks like here. Looks good. The only thing is we will probably need to push this up some once we can get this exhaust secured with some kind of clamp up there. We put the fuel rails like this and tried to tuck them up as much as possible. And I think it turned out really good. I'm excited to test it out and see if it actually helps out at all. But that's gonna end the video for today. Let us know what you think about the bracing and how it came out. Later, guys.